they are so. I know if we should check everybody now, everybody has that question in their mind. Everybody has that question in their mind. Well, it is two ways actually. It is two ways. If I tell you that you don't have money, I'm going to lie. And if I say you have money, I'm also going to be telling you a lie. Do you understand? So it's just like every field. In every field that you have, there are some people that will make it, and there are some people that don't make it. It is in every field. It's not like tech is a sure banker. Do you understand? Yes. If anybody that tells you that if you get into tech, you surely make money. It is not surely. But if you do the necessary things, you make money. So it's like every field. Every field have the borders and the
the mechanics.
Yes, and the mechanics. So you have the borders and the mechanics. But one thing about the tech field is that one thing I'm so sure is that once you can put in the work, no matter how long it takes, if you stay committed and resilient, you actually eat the fruit of your labor. It is not fast money. It is not fast money. But one thing that is there is that when you stay resilient, you get return on investment. That is it. You will surely get return on investment. Yes, so any other question? Yes.
Okay. I like my sleep.
Okay.
Can I put in the work without depriving myself of sleep? Because I've had several sleeps.
But you don't sleep at night.
Yeah, sleeping 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Nothing is already taking
Personally for me.
You sleep at night. And you walk, and you have money. Do you have money?
You see the difference now? I don't have money.
So, sir, if I want to have money, I will sacrifice my sleep.
No. It's as simple as having organizing yourself. Why do you have to do it at night when you can do it in the day? That's the same question I ask myself sometimes. So yes, I'm coming. So yes, school, everybody is having school, but then you just whatever matters, you try to make out time for whatever matters. Sleep is important because it's good for your health. Academics is important because it's good for your health. Tech is also it is good for your health. It is good for your health. So the tech field itself is important because it's towards in the long run to fetch what. So do you understand? So it's all about sacrifice. Yeah, so you can deprive yourself of sleep on some nights. So you understand. So you can still sleep. Anyway, at least I still get like I think 6 to 7 hours a day.
6 hours. Where do you sleep?
You work optimally when you sleep very well. So if you don't sleep, I know also sometimes joking with you can have the solution to your problem in the dream. So that's why I recommend.
So that's very true.
Yeah, you have a question?
Yes, the question is between 1 to 100%.
Yeah.
How far will this class take us?
Okay, between 1 to 100%. Very good question. So now, majorly the main idea for organizing this class is that so many people learn tech skills, but they don't have the foundation. They don't have the foundation. That is the main reason for this class. This class is structured in such a way that even if any new technology comes out, you have the foundation skills. Do you understand? So this class, this bootcamp is majorly for foundation skills. That's the major thing. So if you are into web dev, front end, they are going to be taking you on the foundation such that no matter what happens, let me tell you, next 30 years, you can still stand as far as what you are going with the trend of technology.
In 3 weeks?
Yes. That's why it's called foundation class. The simple things are what makes you stand. So we're going down to this class. So chaos in tech bootcamp, introductory section, introduction to technology and career tracks. Next slide. So yes, what is our agenda? So what is technology? Application areas of technology, key terms in tech, and career tracks overview, real world example, and then next step. So what is technology? And what is technology? So my slide is briefly like technology is the use of knowledge, tools, and skills to solve problems or make life easier. That is the simple definition of technology. It's just to make your life easier. Why do I have to trek this long distance if I can just go through this place and get to that place? That's simply what tech is all about. So how do, somebody asked me I asked somebody a very good question one time, that how do I stay relevant in the tech field? And the person simply provided me a simple answer: provide solutions to people's problems. So once you can keep providing solutions to problems, that is tech. It doesn't really matter whether or not you use the laptops, but once you can provide solutions to to people's problems, you are using your knowledge and skills to make life easier, make life better. So that's really the simple definition of technology. And a very good example is WhatsApp. So now, before WhatsApp came, we had to go to Facebook. And then Facebook, to some extent, I think there was a downside of Facebook. Can somebody tell me a downside of Facebook? Downside of Facebook. Why would you prefer WhatsApp over Facebook now? Privacy, one, yes. Privacy, you can easily track, anybody can easily hack your Facebook account. In fact, those times I used to try it, how to hack the Facebook account. But I think I never succeeded. So one is privacy. Any other person? Why you would choose Facebook over, why would you choose WhatsApp over Facebook? Anybody? Or you will not use WhatsApp here? Okay, let me use the popular one that I think. Mommy, I don't want to use Facebook, but to go. So if to go is here today and WhatsApp, which one would you pick?
I used to like to go.
So why would you pick to go? Why would you pick WhatsApp? Why would you pick to go? Why would you pick WhatsApp? You don't know to go. Mommy, do you know to go? And mommy said, I don't know to go. Wow. Wow.
Who doesn't know?
Wow. So we don't know to go.
Wow.
Wow. That's really amazing. Okay, let's use the general one. Facebook. So why would you choose Facebook? Let's like these are now one of the things you need to know about the tech is like you need to know how to think sometimes. Do you understand? Yes, sometimes. So why do you think Facebook is better than? Why would you choose WhatsApp over Facebook? Mommy has given us one, a very key thing, privacy. WhatsApp is so secure, I think. WhatsApp is very, very secure. So yes, anybody else? Why would you choose WhatsApp over Facebook?
Okay, so WhatsApp has this thing around your phone, people's phone numbers are there, but Facebook does not have it.
Thank you. Easy access. I can simply save somebody's number on my phone, and then I want to chat to the person. It's already on WhatsApp. But for Facebook, I need to know their username. I first send them friend request. Did not do what? Did not respond to the friend request. And then accept. So that's what. So WhatsApp is like you going to the market to buy food stuff. That's Facebook. But WhatsApp is what? Bringing it to your what? Doorstep. So they simply provided a solution to a what? To people's problem. And that's why WhatsApp is different. Although WhatsApp sometimes can be annoying, but then people will still fall back to what? WhatsApp. Because why? As of right now, there is really no competitive advantage in the market. There are other chatting platforms. We have X, we have Facebook. Facebook is still there, right?
Instagram.
Yeah, we have Instagram. There's even one that came out one time, it was Thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are many, but now people still prefer WhatsApp. Because why? It's still solving our problem. So do you understand? So that's it. So how to stay relevant, this is aside. How to stay relevant in the tech field. Always give solutions to people's problem. Yes. Solutions to people's problem. So moving on. So yes, the example I have there is smartphone is technology because it helps communicate, learn and work faster. I mean today, if you want to really learn anything, you can simply pick up your smartphone and then you can learn anything from the comfort of your house as far as you have data. So as in, one other thing that you can try to look around is that, okay, how can we ensure that we stop buying data? Anybody that solves that problem, I tell you, is a billionaire. How can we stop doing what? Buying data? Let's look at it. If they tell that there is a WhatsApp, a chatting platform that you can use, that you don't use data. What you want to say, but you can do all of it without data. Without data. You can do all the things you normally do on your phone without data.
Like watching YouTube videos.
Without data. It looks like impossible, but if somebody can crack it, I tell you, for life, that's international wealth. Do you understand? So those are kind of solutions that you can need to highlight and say, so yeah, next slide. So yes, so application areas of technology. So there are various applications of technology. Various. Now when I mean various, I myself cannot exhaust it. We have tech in education, we have tech in health, we have tech in business, we have tech in finance, we have tech in security, we have tech in agriculture. Which other area? Tech in music, tech in entertainment. Which other area is tech involved? Sports, tech is there. Which other area is tech involved? Let's see. Which area is tech involved? Let's see. So that is to say, it is everywhere. And that simply tells us that tech is for everybody. It is simply for everybody. There is no aspect that can really so much stand alone without and evolve. I mean evolve right now without what the input of tech. So that should let us know that the sky is wide enough for every bird to fly. You understand? So no matter how saturated the field is, there are still other fields that we can try out. At least recently, the most recent one was Web3. Web3 came out and everybody was doing Web3. Okay, maybe you might not know Web3. Let me say the popular name, TapSwap. And everybody was doing was tapping. Did you do that?
I didn't.
You know that, okay, me I tapped. I
Did
tapped.
it profit you?
Did not give us anything. Maybe they are giving us something. Maybe I will give my account. Because I tapped. I tapped. Do you understand? So that's an example of a recent tech field. So it's not that Web3 now, for an example, it's not that Web3 has not been there all this while. It has always been there, but you just needed that spotlight. Similarly, we have mobile development. Every app you use on your phone is simply as a result of what? Mobile development. Every website you branch into is simply a work of a front-end designer, a back-end developer, everyone. So it is in for everybody. The e-portal that we use, that's they call it EduTech. That's an example of tech in education. In medicine, they call it MedTech. That's an example of medical technology. In security, infotech, no, this is not secure tech. So it is all round. So I'm saying all of this to make us expand and see that there is something for me. There is something for me. If you like reading, there is something you can put up together that will do what? That you can sell. There is a skill for everyone. You just need to know what you want and go for it. There is a skill for everyone. Yes, because I know there have been questions like, oh, I have to know this particular one to be able to make it in the tech field. I have to know this, I have to do this. But that's all, those things are all just like permitting to say that. Are we together? So those are areas of technology that are very, very powerful. I can't exhaust them. These are just a few that I have here. So moving on. So yes, so there are some basic things that we need to know in the tech world, which is what we'll start with hardware and software. So basically, when I was growing up, when I used to learn about hardware and software, simply what the definition that they gave me was that hardware is what you can see, and software is what you cannot see. So this mic on my neck is an hardware because what I can see it. So any device you can see, or anything you can see, is simply an hardware device. No matter how small it is, it's an hardware device. So we have different ones here. We have this is a monitor, this is a keyboard, this is a earpiece. No matter how small it is, it's a what? Hardware device. As far as it has plastic things put together, it's an hardware device. And now what is the software? Simply you cannot see it. That's why you hear people say they are writing code, writing functions to give a computer to do something. So simply put, a software and applications that help you do tasks, perform tasks. So now Chrome is a software. Because you want to surf the internet, you go through Chrome. It's a software. ePortal is a software. You use it to access your portal. But you cannot, it's not physical. Right? It is not physical. Can we bring ePortal here and touch ePortal? So we can't touch it. So anything that deals with more or less like something that is helping you solve problems. Solve problems. Those are software devices. And just a little branching. They are what we call system software and application software. So now a little bit, we're not really needing this, but this is just like those trivial questions we can ask you, and maybe for some of us that stay in Lagos, just come and meet you at Ikeja. What's an application software? What's a system software? You understand? So a system software is simply a software that comes pre-installed on whatever device you are using. That means without the software, your device cannot work. Now, most times when we get phones, when we have them, you see that most times they come with contact list. You can go ahead and install another contact application, but it comes with one. So without that one, you cannot use a contact on your phone. So that's an example of a system application. It is very key to it. So it is simply what is making the system, what is making your phone function. So a system software is what makes your phone function. Most times they're always called operating system. You would have heard about it. In laptop, they're called operating system. You hear about Windows, you hear about Apple. Those are the two major ones. And therefore, some people you know about Linux. You understand? So it comes pre-installed. So Windows now is a kind of operating system. So without Windows on your laptop, this laptop is useless. You can't do anything on it. So that's an example of what? System software. Now, what is application software? We have Chrome, we have Google Docs, we have Google Meet. A lot of them, they are what? They are application software. You understand? So if they come and meet in the Ikeja, they'll give you 10,000. If you know the difference between application software and system software, that's simply. So system software becomes pre-installed on the system. Anything go wrong with it, then your devices cannot work. But application software you can always install, delete at every point in time. So yeah, so the next one is front end and back end. Yes, we hear this a lot in this class. And then, like I said, simple definition. So what is front end? Front end is simply anything that is appealing to your eyes. Anything appealing to your eyes. So look at this picture now. So if you look at these guys here, all of them are smiling. They are smiling because what? They like what they see. And look at this guy called the back end. Do anybody want to see this? You don't want to see it. So just like it entails front and then what? Back. Most times we're always concerned about our front and then not about the back. If it is dirty on my back, I will not know. But if it is dirty on my front, I'll be concerned. So that's really what front end is. And then a key example of front end and back end is website. So what you see when you log into a website is simply the front end. How many of us here have used certain websites and you're like, who designed this website? Who designed this website? Did the person do work at all? Right? We've seen that. Or for instance now, WhatsApp does a new update and you're like, what is the meaning of this update? Have we experienced that before? Yeah. It's just like when they move status to, I think they moved it on. What is the meaning of what? Of that? That is what nonsense. Do you understand? So that's what you can see And while the back end is simply the part nobody ever wants to see. Now, are you concerned about how WhatsApp is storing your data? Are you concerned about how WhatsApp is storing your data? Nobody is concerned. But it shall be that it's stored somewhere. So backend is simply where all your data is being stored. And most times we don't want to see it because it is always dirty. It is not dirty in the sense of not like disarray, but it is not visually appealing. It's just like I have a data of over 1,000 people now. It doesn't make sense to me until I put it into pictures. Right? Do you know it's very, very hard? Okay, now, let's take for instance, now you are tracking your expenses for the month. And then you just see, today I spent 1,000, today I spent 10,000, today this. You get tired, you know, going through it. That's simply the way the backend looks like. And then the moment you compress it into pie chart, now you can say, okay, I spent 10,000 on feeding. I spent 20,000 on data. So now it's what? It is now visually appealing. So that's the difference between front end and back end. So your back end is more or less like your data. Your data. Nobody is concerned about how data is stored. Are we together? Hope I have not said some technical jargon. Hope I have not said that. So yeah, next slide. So yes, so right now we are going into the different career fields, and then so you can know which one works for you, which one is for you. So the first one we have is data analysis. So data analysis is simply extracting insights from raw data to learn patterns and make decisions. That's basically what data analysis is all about. So now, like that example I gave earlier, you are trying to track your finances. So if you have all raw, okay, let me see on my phone, maybe, on my phone, I would have showed us a kind of a raw data. Okay, Anna, do you have access to raw data? Yes, please show us raw data. Yeah, raw data, so we know what it looks like. And if you can actually draw inference from that data just by merely looking at it. So under it there are tools, various tools, which anybody that goes into that track will get to learn about Excel, SQL, Python, Power BI, and so on. So now while we are waiting for that, how many of us use Instagram or Facebook? So have you noticed that sometimes it's like Facebook knows what you are thinking and they bring it to you, even on YouTube, TikTok, and they bring what you want. So it's like, oh, are you spying on me? Are you spying on me? Well, how were they able to do that? A data analyst has simply what? Analyze all the things you have been tapping, all the places you have been going to. So you can guess that, oh, today, this is what you want. Yes, so let's pass it around. So that's an example of a raw data. And let's see if you can actually, so everybody is going to look at that and going to tell me what you can draw from that data. If you like it, maybe if you like it like that. Yeah. So let's pass it around.
Can you make any meaning out of it? You can't.
So yeah, don't forget what you saw. You're going to tell me what you saw. So if it like made sense to you, that's that. If it like made sense to you. Sorry, it's not
$16.
That's not even
$1.
dollars or just like okay, I'll ask the question. Let's go on. No, okay, when you go, mommy is there, you can pass it. Yes, yes. So we can all sit and then have a taste of what raw data looks like. And also, how many of us on our phone, so most times when WhatsApp does is backing up, you see one file on your phone that you cannot explain like this, that if you open it, like it's jargon that is there.
Yeah.
That's an example of raw data. But now it's encrypted because you cannot actually see what it is like.
It is not true, it can't change.
So, yeah, so everybody has seen what raw data looks like. So who can does that, what you saw, does it really make sense to you? Does it really make sense? Anybody, does it make sense? Does it really make sense? You just saw it and then you can just speak out what is going on here. Anybody? It's confusing. Do you understand? So what I want to explain the job of data analysis. So the data analysis now takes that data that you saw and then tries to put meaning to it. Do you understand? So the data analysis puts meaning to what? To data. It's just like, I don't know how many of us have printed our bank statements before. If you printed it before, it does not make sense. Why would you give me 5? If I've printed it before, what I was interested is to go and check the final balance. Because what would I do with what? That's too much data for me. Do you understand? So now, a data analyst can take that thing that you collected from me now and do what? And tell me that, oh, Zenith Bank has been stealing your money. Because why? They have been removing 100 naira charges every 2 weeks. But I will not be able to see that because I am not interested in it. So the work of the data analyst is to take that data and do what? And analyze it. So if you are somebody that likes, let me say, just like solving things, you are giving people a simpler form to do what? To understand things. I think data analysis is just like, this table is all scattered, and then you just want to put things in order and let people make sense out of things. So that's like a key to know that, I think I might love data analysis. Yes. So an example of, like I said, bank analyzing spending patterns. If you give me my statement of report now, I'm sure I would not make sense out of it. Because I'll just be saying you bought this came in, that came in, this came in, that came in, and at the end I'm frustrated. But when I give it to the data analyst, you can actually give me that data represented in form of a what? Of a pie chart. And that makes sense. So that's simply the work of a data analyst. So, and then this, I've said it, I've told people that data analysis is one of the fields that can never go extinct. Because why? As far as people are still using data, there will always be a need for data analysis. There will always be a need for a data analyst. Yes, as far as people are still doing things, even with the way AI is taking over the world, there will still be what? There will still be a need for data analysis. And spoiler alert, the AIs that we are seeing are also doing what? Consuming what? Data. So if there is no data, your AI machine cannot do it, cannot work. I don't know if you've started something on ChatGPT before, and then it gave you nonsense, and you yourself you recognize that what? I'm wiser than you. Because why? There was no data concerning what you search for. And all it had to do was act what? Smart. And it was give you what? Something. So this is the way lecturers will catch students that do what? That use AI. Because what? The AI is not smart, then the student is now foolish to do what to do. Copy and what? Paste. Maybe now the lecturer is not like, maybe now God knows to catch the person. Maybe the lecturer will be giving everybody 10. Now read that particular person. In fact, let me read what is going on there. And now open, and now see that, oh, okay, maybe they asked you to give history of Nigeria. It's not saying Obama was the president of Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, so that means what? The AI does not have enough data about that subject. So you can see that data is actually needed. Data is actually needed. Now, bringing it very close to what we most times we hear about attendance in church. That is what? Data. So if we want to know if we are increasing in church or not, we just simply need to do what? Analyze our data. And do what? Oh, okay, we can make inference that, oh, okay, members are coming in. Oh, members are going out. So low-key, everybody is a data analyst. Yes, everybody does a little of what? Data analysis. So that tells you that the field, not everybody codes. Yes. Not everybody designs, but everybody does one sort of analysis on data. That gives you what? How vast the field is. Are we together? Now the next field. Okay, so machine learning. So machine learning is teaching computers to learn from data and improve their performance without being directly programmed, or we can use the word monitored. Without being directly monitored. So now, in raw terms, what is machine learning? Using this diagram now. So I'm going to explain using this diagram. So my input is Apple. I know that it is Apple. But the computer does not know that it is Apple. So I'm trying to teach the computer to recognize Apple. So what do? I give it to the computer. Sorry, this is not so clear. But when I give it to the computer, it tells me that this is mango. And I say, no, this is not a mango. And the computer learns and does what? And eventually later, when I give it Apple, it can tell me that what? This is what? This Apple. So it has done what? It has learned. And then everybody does that. You would have experienced it. You teach what? ChatGPT. You will tell it that no, this is not correct. And then will tell you what? Oh, sorry.
I have learned.
Oh, sorry. I have what? I have learned. And you know, if it's a case whereby it has not learned enough, it will do that same mistake. Do what? 10 times. In fact, I've got it to sometimes when I'm using ChatGPT and I eventually discover that in fact I am smart. It's like the little I know is better than the nonsense the guy is doing. And eventually I do what? What do? I just move it. You understand? And then I've been on a search for an AI, and I think one day I've used more than 5. I've used Meta, I've used ChatGPT, I've used Gemini, I've used Cloud, I've used Grok, I've used DeepSeek. All because of what? All of them were giving me nonsense. And eventually I still came back to do it with what? So in the real sense of it, that knowledge, that what is truly that AI is coming to take your job away, it's not really totally true. Yeah, there is a truth in it, but it's not totally true. Because what? You still need what? The human input. The machine can learn, very correct. And that is what machine learning is about. So you are training the machine to take decisions, to learn things. That's what the machine learning field is about. So in the machine learning field, there are various tools that you use. You use Python, you use TensorFlow, you use Scikit. Yeah, so many of us who have learned about Python, have heard about Python, because only you know, and every student have to undergo. I think most people do Python. So you teach the computer. So basically, machine learning is about teaching computer. Teaching computer, and that's where we can know about that. That's AI. Where you hear things of smart devices. Smart devices. It's just like some phones now. When you like pick it up, it automatically does what comes on. So the machine has learned. I don't know if you've tried this before, but you can actually set some locations to your phone that when you are there, your phone is automatically on. It doesn't go off. So that's what you have taught your device. That, oh, this is my safe space. You understand? So keep it unlocked. Just a quick one, that is dangerous. At least I think for in Nigeria. Now, the reason why I was saying that is that this is why I stayed at Mayfair before, so this is why I stayed. So because we did not have enough data, I was not at home, and I think I went to plug my phone outside, and then my phone was opened down. All because of what? It was still guarding what? Mayfair in the entirety. So it has not done what? Now in that case now we said there was not enough data for you to track down to my what? My actual position. So it's just like using the whole of Eden as my house. So wherever I go in Eden, it is done what? It is what? It's unlocked. Do you understand? So and if I keep doing it like that over time to actually learn and know where my actual position is what? Is. You understand? So that's basically what machine learning is all about. So, yeah, so yes, example, Netflix recommendation, Instagram tailored reels. Yes, Netflix now. So, to some extent, your Netflix knows about you if you are using Netflix. And it can actually suggest things based on what? Based on what you've done before. So now you might ask me a question that, okay, now what's the difference between data analysis and machine learning? Now it's a very thin line. So machine learning is that it is the machine that is doing it. It has no what? Human input. The machine is the one doing it. We have trained this machine that, oh, when I'm sleeping, do what? Do this. But in data analysis, you have the input of the what? Of a human being doing what? Learning those patterns. So that's machine learning and that's data analysis. So yes, for Instagram tailored reels, that's machine learning. There is one code sitting at the back that is looking like it is spying on you. It is spying on you. So that's that. And actually your phone is spying on you anyways. But you don't know. So just a quick one. My boss at work says that your phone actually knows where you are. And you might choose not to. You might choose to tell somebody I was not in this place. But if they pick your phone, you can actually know where you went. So please be mindful of where you put in your data. And so like data is like not the actual data, not data but your data is actually the life. So please let's be careful of interacting with this device. There are so many things that somebody can pick up on your device now and like can tell you your whole life. You're like so that's it. So, yeah.
What about like the ask something that popular like child?
Yes.
What do you want to get people that kind of it? What do you want to get from what you're asking?
Yeah, it's very possible. And you have given it your life. So imagine now, maybe like now you're having a relationship issue. You have a relationship issue. And you went to ChatGPT.
Hey!
This one is happening to me. And then in the nearest future, they can actually. But now that's where privacy policy, all those things. Now those things that most time we want to open most applications, they tell you to read through. It's actually the people, yes, you don't read it, but it's actually telling you how that your data is being used. Some people will tell you that, oh, your data is not used more than your phone. So all your data is stored on your phone. That's something. So basically, yes, the internet, like now, you'll be very surprised. But if you search for Anna and put your surname on the web, you actually get something. And if we try it 10 times, we try to narrow down the location, we actually get your picture. So everybody is famous. But it depends on the level, it depends on what angle you are being famous from. So yeah, so everybody is famous. So that's it. So yeah, so the next one is website development. So now for websites, there is the front end and there is what? There is the back end. So this picture I put here is basically what? The front end. What every user sees. So I'm like praise over there now, is a front-end developer. So he's concerned with what you see. Do you like what you see? That's why they pay him actually. They pay him to let people see like what they see. You understand? So that's it. So that's content development, and some of the tools that they use is HTML. I think everybody here will have heard about HTML. If not more, CSS, then there's JavaScript, there's React. And then the backend is what you don't want to see. How your data is being consumed, how your data looks like. Oh, is this a string? Is this all of that? So that's not dwelling much on this because we explained it already at the very beginning. So yes, example is your e-commerce website, your e-portal, your Instagram loading on Chrome. That's a website. Your Facebook loading on Chrome. That's a website. Which other one? YouTube. Now if you go to YouTube and you load it in Chrome, that's a website. Most times they call it web app. So anything that you go to your web to use is a what? Is a web app. That's all about website development. Yeah. So now the UI UX development. So UI means user interface and UX means user experience. User interface and user experience. So now what does this do? What does this explain? UI interface, look and feel. That is what you are designing looks like. That's what you hear about colors, font style, font weight, all of the things that you see actually. And then for user experience is the user journey, the experience. Now I made a very good I made an example when I was starting and I spoke about WhatsApp. So now, yes, many of us who have used it. Have you ever used an application before? And then you were so frustrated that even though that you had to do what you need to do with that application, you have deleted it. How many of us? Like we're not talking here, like we don't use application. How many of us have used an application like that? Okay, now a quick example that thank you, that the sign-up process is too long. You want to use an application and then you are taking like 10 presses. Like when I mean press, not like a type anymore. 10 buttons just to do what? Just to sign into an application. How many of us have experienced that before? How do you feel in those cases? It is what? It is too long. That's the what? That's simply what? That's simply what? Your user experience. So people in this field, they are more concerned about how the user actually feels. Now, a very good example of this is that now WhatsApp is already in the market, but any competitor that wants to come into the market has to ensure that the user will actually feel something better, like feeling now. The feelings, your feelings now would actually matter for you to do what? Drop WhatsApp and use my own chatting platform. Because to some extent, WhatsApp gave us a very good user experience. A very good user experience. And a very good example of a good UI is that it takes less than 3 buttons for you to sign into an application. Now, many of us now, whenever I want to log into our own, we are being forgetting our PIN. Because why? There is fingerprints. And everybody has forgotten their own PIN.
No.
You cannot forget what. There's a likelihood, there's a tendency of you doing what? Forgetting. Because what? You are using fingerprints. I've been in a situation where I forgot the pattern of my phone. Because what? I was using fingerprints. Do you understand? So that's the what? That's a good user experience. It has done what? It has simplified your life problem. That you don't have to think about your password. Do you understand? So basically, people in this field, they ensure that, oh, okay, as they know that people have life problem, so they are trying to do what? Reduce their life problem. So now, if you are still using a banking application that you have to manually input your PIN every time, like Zenith, for instance, now. You have to manually input your PIN every time. That's not a good user experience. Because you have to think to do what? To use the application. Most times I don't think when I'm using my OPay app. Because I would have even put my fingerprint finish and send the money before I actually remember. although it has its downside, but then life is easier. And who cares? You understand? So that's what UI UX is all about. So the tools they will be using, being used is Figma, Adobe, Wix. Yeah, I heard of Wix, but Wix is like an AI. Okay, yes, yeah, ready-made tools. So this is that. So that's UI means user interface and UX means user experience. What user experiences during the entire app journey. So yeah, next slide. So yes, graphic design, the one everybody knows about. Almost everybody knows about graphic design. And what is graphic design? It simply means using graphics to talk about something. Now imagine we want to do Sunday service, and then we have to use word of mouth to tell everybody about our Sunday service, and the theme of our Sunday service is overwhelming victory. How many people will be able to do that? But then we can simply walk up to someone and take my church flyer, and the person will get what all the information they need on that flyer. So that's simply what graphic design. That's simply what graphic design. So graphic design, visual communication with images and typography. We are going to learn a lot about it during the course of the class. That there are different things now. So now, just a quick one of what you learn in the class is that how to, looking at this thing now, I can tell what you will see first. I can tell you what you will see first. And what would you see first? Tell you it can. I can tell you what you will need last. This thing you can do. That's the last thing you will do. So you're using the visuals to communicate to users. So if you hear people that graphic design is one easy thing, that's really a lie. Because you actually need, there are a lot of things in it to communicate with somebody. You understand? So most times, many of us, I don't know if you're like me, but the first time I take a flyer, if I cannot get the necessary information, I'm done with it. I should not be stressing to do what? To read a flyer. So if I'm picking up a flyer, the first thing I'm seeing is that, they'll give me 1 million naira. That's the first thing I'll do, was catch my attention. And I'll do what? And I'll go further. So every good flyer catches the user's attention at the very first instant. Imagine now, the flyer is for they want to give everybody 1 million naira. And they go and put 1 million naira under here. Very, very small. Who will look at it? It will take people that maybe inside 10 people, maybe one person finally see that they want to dash everybody 1 million naira. You understand? So that's it about graphic design. Therefore, graphic design is Canva, is Photoshop, is Illustrator, and then yes, we have logos, flyers, social media posters. There are a lot of them. So yes, so the final track which we are going to be looking at is the mobile development. So this is one I like very well. Yeah, I like it. So building mobile apps for Android and iOS. So basically, the rate at which the world is going now, nobody wants to really go into Chrome to do something. Imagine you want to use OP, and then you first of all have to go to Chrome and load Chrome first. Then you now type in www.op.com.ng, maybe now //ng. Do you understand? So mobile app are simply applications you use on your mobile. That's it. I can't remember. You know that most times I have to do things on my laptop. I don't actively use what? Chrome. When I'm on my phone, I just enter the application. So that's the difference between. Now remember at the beginning I said there's web app and then there's mobile app. So a web app you need to go to Chrome. But an example of a mobile app is WhatsApp. It is installed on your mobile. So it is very handy. You can grab it at any time. And yes, so some of the tools we use is Flutter, is React Native, is Kotlin, is Swift, many of them. And then examples is WhatsApp, OP. Yes, so that's pretty much it. So next slide, please. So why tech matters? Why does tech actually matter? So now the first one is that there is high demand and global opportunities, which everybody knows about. So there are really high demands for people with what? With tech skills. Like Daddy will say, it's something you can make money from. You will hear some people are making 6 zeros. I don't know, is this 6 zeros or 6 figures? 6 figures a month. Now it is not lying. It is not a lie. Don't think that, hey, they are just saying it to drag people inside. It is not a lie. You understand? So there is high demand for it. There is high demand. There is high demand and global opportunity. I cannot count stories of people that have heard that they saw jobs from their house and then they are established through this tech field. And then yes, problem solving and creativity. You get to solve problems. You get to make life better. You get to actually make life better. Imagine now that most stressful thing that whenever you want to do it, you are what? You are always angry. Like me now, like washing clothes now. I'm always what's going to happen. Maybe I want to do it, so maybe I want to wash it. But because I don't have money to buy washing machine. But you know what? The way the world is getting better, they're actually making portable washing machine. That if I set my mind to be 30,000 naira, I can buy a washing machine. So they have simply done what? Made my life better. Another one I'm still waiting for them to do is look at the one that we're taking bits. That you just go in there and just sit and then you can do other things. You know, like when a fast-paced world. And then as much as possible, you want to do everything fast. So if I can enter the bedroom and somebody is taking my bed from me, and then I can be doing other things. Yeah, he said ew, but that's actually what it is. People want to get things done quickly. That's it. Why do I prefer OPay? Because I don't have to stress to use what? OPay. I don't have to worry about what? Bank network. To use what? OPay. And mobile, thank you. Mobile charges. I don't need to think about it. So they are actually solving people's problem. Now, Money Point, I think it's that Money Point or OPay is one of the leading fintechs in Nigeria. And recently, some of the developers there, they got I think they got the reward, and most of them sold their shares. And these guys are paid for life. So if the person does not work for the next 25 to 30 years, these people are still in money. Do you understand? So yes, in as much as, so problem solving and creativity, you get to think out of the box. This is a field that gives you the capability to do all of those things you are thinking about. To do all of those fields you are thinking about. Imagine now you want to watch a movie and you don't need to sit in front of a laptop. You can simply wear glasses and then you are seeing the movie in 3D. You understand? So it has made life better, and then at the same time, with value for it. And then the last one is that there is something for everyone. There is something for everyone. I'm repeating it. There is something for everyone. Whether or not you like coding, whether you like data, whether you like numbers, whether you like design, whether you like things, something for everyone. You just need to get what you like and stay committed to it. I repeat, there is something for everyone. You don't need to follow the track that somebody followed. You can make out your own track. Yes, you can make out your own track. There is something for everyone. There is something for everyone. So, next slide. So now the next step is to pick your track, be consistent and practice, collaborate and ask questions. Yes. So one of the major things people have, one of the major challenges people have when starting out in the tech field is that they are loaded with so much information. There's something called information overload. So you are loaded with so much information and you don't know which one should I pick. So now, yes, I remember when I was starting out, which one did I know to do? Do you understand? And then maybe in that time I used to do everything. I could have saved time. Do you understand? So you get to pick what you like, and then so pick a track. Pick a track. I said pick a track because I know the words I'm saying. Pick a track. I did not say stay on the track. Like I mean, you don't have to make the track like your end point. But you pick a track at the starting point, and then you have to be consistent here. Consistency is the goal. Consistency is the goal. Yes, my heard from some people, they did this in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they didn't get nothing. But now, let's say one job now can like make you forget all your sufferings for what? For 5 years. Just one. Yes, just one can make you forget all your sleepless nights. That's why sometimes you hear people say they don't sleep. Yes. Because you know that there is that one job that you can get and it does what? Like a reward for your labor. So you have to be consistent. You have to self-motivate. Yes, you have to self-motivate a lot. Because there are days where you wake up and then you will not be feeling it. Yes, you wouldn't feel it. And this goes all around everywhere, in every field set. You just have to be consistent. It's only the consistent people that do it, that get to the very end. It's only consistency. Yeah. You can't pick up this one today and not get enough knowledge in things, and then you jump to the next thing, and then you keep moving all around, keep moving all around. You can't make it like that. You have to stay committed. Pick a track, be consistent in it, learn enough, and then divert, keep diverting. And yes, just collaborate, ask questions. Yes. When you ask questions, you don't go through the mistake I went through. I personally believe that life should be better, in the sense that what I went through, you should not have to go through. You should be faced with that challenge. So if while I was learning, I had to go like this, and I figured that out. So anybody that I get the opportunity to meet should not have to go like this. You do what? Be on track, so they can face another challenge. So yes, get ready for hands-on sessions. So yes, personally for these classes, there will be hands-on sessions, because yes, we know that so many people have learned one thing one time or the other, but because there was no hands-on session, we were not motivated. So as much as possible within this period, we are going to have hands-on sessions that will be like, okay, this is I know someone. Understand? And yeah, so I don't know, does anybody have questions for the whole talk? So any questions? This is time for questions. Yeah, time for questions. Any question? Something you're not clear about? Maybe how to pick a field, or maybe something you like and you don't know, does it align into this field? Like that. Yeah, you have a question?
Yeah, last time we said, actually
That and then
but the UI UX also actually
okay, so UI UX and data analysis are two fields that are yes. But then I think there's really no, but then you can always make out sense out of it. You can always image. You understand? But for me, I can't see the like in my head. I'm picturing like what is this, a big diagram? I cannot see where they intersect. That's the thing. Yeah, so any other question?
I noticed that there is a middle ground between front end and UI.
Yes. Yes, so basically now, so a front-end developer most times writes code.
Right.
Writes code. Yes, you are writing code. So every front-end developer should, if you see 10 front-end developers, 6 out of them write code.
but the UI
UI don't write code. Yes, they use graphic tools to bring things together. So let me show us an example of UI, what it looks like. So that's basically so most front-end developers. And now the way the world is going now, you actually don't need to write code to be a front-end developer. There are no code websites. There are websites that do not have to write a code to have it. Now, a very quick one is that you know the website we use for the registration. I was not that good code, but I've never done anything relating to website. Maybe I do it one time, but I've never actively done it. But what happened? It was something. So part of the things we actually be going through in this class is actually how to use AI tools. Because one of the things that helped me with that, everything that we saw on that website, though it might not be perfect, but everything seen on that website, I didn't really like write so many lines for it. I just knew how to. I knew how to get what I wanted, and I simply used the available tools. So we are trying to show us an example of a UI. So yes, right. So anybody else? Any questions? So yes, back to your question. Yes, there is a thin line. There is a line between UI, user interface, and front end. Front end cannot live without the user interface. There is no front end without a user interface. So where UI UX actually goes deeper is what the user experience. A normal front end developer would not think about how you feel when you are using this application. I don't care. Sorry. I don't care. As far as I can solve your problem, it doesn't matter. But a UI UX design is concerned with how you feel. Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's really yeah. Oh, okay. You have to use a very warm color. So when the person comes into the application, what they feel safe. You know there are colors that actually make you feel safe. Imagine now. Sorry, a quick one. You log into your OP. I see you red. I see you red. So that's a what? That's bad. You're not eligible. Oh, very good one now. On import now, the color they use the color used is red. Imagine now, that is you just kill people because you know they've heard that the result is out. They've not actually seen the result, but the moment they log into the report that it's red and it's you know what happened? That's what. So a front-end developer will not think about that. But a website UI UX developer will say, oh no, this is not the right color for this. So I'm coming to that here. So a very good example of a good user experience is our motor car. Now, would you know that the car you are driving is a potential bomb? Bomb. Yes, now you are carrying petrol and fire. Right? There's petrol at the back, and then there's fire. Right? But then it is so engineered that what? It gives you a what? Safe zone. That rarely will you think of anybody, nobody will be actively thinking that my car can blow one day on the road. Nobody thinks about that. In fact, you have entered the car and gotten to your destination. You understand? Do you understand? So it is so engineered. Do you understand? So for someone like me now, I might know the solution to your problem, but I might not be able to put it in the right way for you. That is why everybody is what needed. There is no isolation here. Everybody is needed. So as much as I might not be able to draw every interconnection with every field, but every field is co-related. Every field is what? Co-related. So yeah, so this is an example of what a UI interface looks like. So this is a raw user interface, so we can check it out. A raw user interface. So this is what it looks like. A mobile raw interface. We can come and check it out, please. If you need to see it, or you can pass it to the other side. Yeah, pass it to the other side. So that is what it looks like. So it is so raw. You You can't really like make sense out of it. So a UI interface, you can't really make sense out of it like that. So that's that. So yeah, any other question? Yes. Okay. Yes, there are so many UI designers, but there are not so many user experience designers.
Why?
Now, why? Because it's harder.
I think it's psychology.
Yes. I did a course one time in school and they were teaching us about user experience. So you have to take so many things into consideration. Color, text, how bold is it, should this one show you? So it takes more thinking. But now the good thing is that every good UI designer is a user interface engineer. Yes, because in order to design something the best way, you actually need to do a lot of thinking to come up with something very good. So most times actively, they will not like, there is not really a course for user experience. There is no like, oh, come and learn user experience. Nobody can teach you, actively teach you user experience, but you will actually learn it. You understand? So that's it. So, any question? Yes?
Who are in charge of all those arts? Who are in charge of arts? Yeah. That's, yeah.
Oh, okay. So for arts, there are companies that actually do arts.
Is it that they sponsor the app?
No. Okay. So basically, this is how arts work. So my company is a company that like, okay, I'll use this very example before I go ahead. So now see that billboard now.
Sure.
I don't know if you've seen that billboard that you have on that side.
Yes.
So that's an example of an advertisement platform. So now the billboard is for a particular company. So people come and meet them that I want to publicize my business, and then they pay. I show that. So if an ad company takes advertisement from people, they pay them, and then they do what? They publish it for them. So Google now do ads. So people bring their ads, they pay Google to do what? To show the audience. So that's how ads work.
Just like this dread camp.
Yeah.
Okay, if you do not pay and you don't want the what's it called? The watermark to show, you have to watch an ad.
Yeah.
Okay, they paid.
Yeah, they paid already.
Another question. Is there software development?
Yes, the software development.
Okay. Because for our system, there are no software for OPay, some apps like
Yes,
OPay, Movie Box and so on.
Yeah, for most apps like that, because the way it is designed for mobile experience. Imagine how very you see people log into their laptops use OPay. Because you want to travel and we are in the market in Sabu. You want to try to find money. They will be laptop, Charlie.
So what about Movie Box?
Movie Box, I think Movie Box, because of the ads they run, that's why. For the other web streaming platforms, for movies.
Then, okay.
Yeah, so they are many. So that's it. So based on what, now, another thing that comes into designing most of this software is, who do you want to use it? Now, ChatGPT ChatGPT has a web and also a mobile. But most people prefer the web because they have the larger screen. To view whatever they want to view. Do you understand? So that's just basically just preference. Just preference. Yeah. So Benjamin, you have a question.
Yeah. So about that ad share, I think there's a people that actually into that as Google ads, YouTube ads, they create it themselves.
Yes, you actually create it. It's as simple as I have a business. I now employ the services of a graphic illustrator. He cooks up something for me, and then I give it to an ads management company. So it's not like, yeah, that's the network. So that's it. So, any other question? Any other question? Any other question? I think that somebody will ask me, when can I make my best money? When can I make my first money? When can I make my first money?
My first video.
Yes, first video. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So, yeah, so right now we're moving on to the introduction of, there are some tutors in our list, and then some we are going to meet them online. So first person I'll be calling is Victor. Victor will be doing a brief introduction of yourself and then track it. Take it. So yeah, please a round of applause. Thank you. Start classes. Really have the understanding what start classes. Really have the understanding what So yeah, so Victor is our graphic designer. Yes, graphic designer. And like I said, don't think graphic designer, there's so many people there. Every field is what's needed. Remember, like I told you, I want to give everybody 1 million minutes, and I don't know how to communicate with people. I need to employ a graphic designer. Because why now? If I cook up a design, there's a difference between me that is cooking it up and it was and a designer. So now if with that website that I just did nonsense on, so now if a front-end developer should pick it up and do something now, we obviously do better than what I do. So every field is very, very important. So up next is our front-end developer and no other person than that.
I thought it's email yesterday.
I'm going to be the tutor for the content development. I see content as the giving the whole website a very good connectivity. So as a content developer, one thing I know that you don't make your work yourself out of it. I'm literally not making that work. So that's my goal, that's my drive. During the course of this content development, you'll be tested, your patience will be tested, you will just do some above in my front end, and you guys many of not tested. Like you have someone that wants to I was self-taught, learning some videos. The videos don't work, that's the end of my class. Because I don't know what to talk to. I had to talk that I knew anything about it. But you guys have somebody who can talk to. I know that this few weeks will be a very nice one. So thank you for this opportunity. And see you in the first year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, when is that supposed to be? When is it?
Yeah, so thank you so much for this. So please, wherever you see this, whatever, making cool cash. So they try to, most of these guys, they try to, Victor said, wherever you see them, hold them. Just grab them by the shoulder. So yeah, so for the data analysis, the tutor is also available. His name is Victor Obiniwa. Yes, Victor Obiniwa. We'll be meeting you guys online, and the day of the classes will be for the data analysis is Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then yes, so for UI UX, we also have somebody for UI UX. The class is also Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the reason this is why you cannot join 2 tracks, because the classes will be running concurrently. So 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then yes, for those that want to venture into the back end field, do we have anyone that wants to go into the back end field? Yeah, so yes, we have a, yeah. I touched on back end, right? We know what back end is now. Yeah, so we know back end. So for back end, the class is also Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then yeah, front end, Chris already spoke about that. Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and then Saturday 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then here for graphics, Victor is around. So Wednesday and Saturday 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then here for the mobile, how we handling the mobile and mobile developer. So basically we'll be using cross-platform tools. What do I mean by that? Like for people that use iOS and people that use Android, most times you have to write 2 different code bases. But for a cross-development system, you have to write one code and then it goes to both iOS and Android. So for the Flutter, mobile development, we have a class Wednesday and Saturday between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So and one of the other things we'll be learning, like I said it earlier, one of the other things, machine learning. Yes, so machine learning is Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So the machine learning guys, will be involved. So that's that. I think covered pretty much everything. So like I said, the tool that we're going to be using is Zoom, and I know that some of us don't have systems, so we'll be using the tutor will actually be communicating with you for tools that you can actually use on your mobile phone to actually do some of these things. So everybody has a million to learn. So another added package with this class is that we can't turn a blind eye to what is actually going on outside, which is the use of AI. So yes, AI is going to take your job. The job you're just about to learn. So what you want to do is learn now, AI is going to take it away. You understand? So the question is that if they go from me, why should I learn it? So one of the things we'll be going through in this class is how to stay abreast with this AI tools. One thing you should know that AI is not here to take away your job, but here to enhance your productivity. It is here to enhance your productivity. That means that you have to be able to use these AI tools. So now, a pretty much example, back to that slide that we did. How many people think I did that slide with my hand? That slide. This entire slide. Oh, you think I did it with my hand? Wow. I really didn't do it with my hand. Would I say maybe 30% was marking books, and then the 70% was generated? I simply prompted ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, I'm preparing for an introductory class, and this is what I want to do. They are giving me what? Something. And I did what? I simply went. I edited it and I got to what I did. So that's it. So AI tools is not here to take away your job, but rather to enhance your productivity. And it was intentional that I used the AI tools. Yes, I could have done it myself. Maybe I would have spent like 7 hours on it, and then I will have iPad because I know what I do not see. Yes, so you see why I used to sleep sometimes. Because there are tools that can actually help me do my work. So yes, we learn how to use these AI tools, which of them, and we know the good thing is that there are many of them. There are many of them. Do you know that you can actually prompt an AI and to generate the image you want? Yes. So Victor that is a graphic designer now, I can take away his job by simply doing what? Prompting an AI. Say AI, give me this, put this one here, put this one here, put all of this here. But the difference between, even like he would know, he would have some things that will make him complement in the market. That me that don't know this thing, and him that knows this thing, when we get to the market, they will pick him away. They will pick him, and they will don't know anything else. Understand? So that's it. So there are pretty much things. Like I said, the code, the website we are using, I really didn't write any code per se to use it. So these are just AI tools enhancing productivity. So that's so for majorly the physical classes we'll be having, that is the one for next week Monday, and the other week to be how to use these AI tools. Which of them is outside? What can I use them to do? Which of them is best for academic work? Which of them is best for writing? Which of them is best for this, that? I know maybe the major ones we know is ChatGPT and Gemini. These are two major ones. So which one is this one? Which one is that one? We'll be learning that during the course of these classes, and then we'll try to use that. So yeah. So and also there are also tailored AI tools for each of these tracks. The tutor will actually give you more expansion on that. So yeah. So please, I hope we all have put that little attendance that we passed around. So yeah. So. And before we leave today, is there anybody that will be able to identify a track that suits them? Anybody? If you can identify the track that suits you. If you know, as people that like, oh, you say, okay, let me test. So, let me test the data. So, everybody has gotten a track. So, that's very good. So, if you check the WhatsApp community, they are split into groups of it. So, please kindly join. We are not on the group yet. Please, can somebody send the link to him? So, you can kindly join your track group. So, yes, we'll be doing that. And then another added feature of this class is that, like I said earlier, we'll be working on the live project at the end of the class. So everybody can actually say, okay, I attended Kelsey, Tech, Boots, Camp. So yeah, some people have been quiet in the class and they have been disturbing my class. And they know I'm looking at them, and they know I will call them. They've been disturbing our class. Everybody look at that side. Look at the two of them. And see the color that they compliment each other. We all know who I'm talking about them. People that have not said anything.
But I am in front of me.
Don't miss out.
Complementary colors now.
They come pink and white.
Pink and white.
Those ones also complement.
So they are both disturbing you.
Yeah.
But they were disturbing you. So class, what should we do today? What should we do?
Buy all snacks.
They should buy us snacks. So on the third
Use
week,
my account number.
they should do it.
Yeah.
So on the third week, please be fair, I'm going to buy us snacks. So yeah, so before we round up, does anybody have any questions? Final questions? Anything you're not clear on? Yes. Yes. 3. Yes. Yes.
This class, data analysis class.
Yes. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Because of
It's
prayer.
going to be online.
Yes, online. Zoom. Zoom. Yeah, Zoom. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's that. So, yeah, so the absence
Well,
of...
listen, those are good, so get to it.
Yes, you can. So something called a full stack. Yes. So you do the both. You collect this job. You think that you are doing it. So any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so in the absence of nothing, let's just stand up and let's so we can close for today and everybody goes down. So between the two of you, Stella and somebody should nominate one person. No, I want them to